VEC immediately banning the ball. You love to see it. Crazy Raccoon banning Freya.
They did that yesterday as well. First ban Freya was Crazy Raccoon yesterday.
First ban
they love
Freya. They really like getting rid of that one, huh? What game is everyone talking about? It's talking about StarCraft Ghost, which was like the rumored StarCraft shooter game that Blizzard was going to do like in the early 2000s, and then it kind of just never happened. Or it was happening, and then it got canceled.
Yeah, it was confirmed. They did, was it announced or was it just leaked that Overwatch Mobile was a thing? Because they could be announcing that.
I think that might have been just leaked. I will say something that I really wish I know we've all talked about like so many times like we want a series. I feel like a StarCraft fucking sci-fi series would be so, especially if it was animated, would be so fucking banger. It would be so fucking banger if it was done right. It's such a cool universe potentially.
I will say the storyline they actually had in StarCraft in the games ended up being super campy for me.
Sure, but I mean, it's it's an RTS, you know, at the time.
Yeah,
like, you can't.
I would prefer it if they made a series. I would like a gritty series, more based on the Terran and Zerg. The Protoss are what make it kind of campy. If I'm completely honest.
I feel like the Terran could be really cool. The Protoss could be really cool. It just depends how you implement it. So
maybe if they're like a very, I don't know, some sort of predator-like enemy, or just some sort of enemy that are not super humanized. But the Protoss were so humanized in the campaign because they were like the.
I think they need to treat them. I think they need to treat them more like high fantasy elves, to where they're like, kind of like unknowable, like esoteric beings.
I want them to be. I just want them to be like mysteriously hostile, like advanced alien race hostile, where Zerg are more like hostile, instead of like. Protoss are just the good guys, but they're elves, and we're the human good guys, and we're gonna team up and we're gonna beat the baddies. It's like
StarCraft is one cyberpunk edge runners away from being relevant, guys. Trust. I mean, legitimately, never doubt the power of a good series. Okay, never doubt it.
If they make it like a gritty sci-fi kind of.
It would be banger. Yeah, it could be banger. It could be banger.
It would be good.
Like Prometheus Dark. Well, unlike Prometheus, we want it to be good. We want it to be good though. Though I will say Prometheus is a film that I have some I actually enjoy watching, even though it's not good. Okay, they're getting pounded. I think Crazy Raccoon are currently styling on VEC. This Pharah comp is.
I don't mean Blizzard Warhammer. I mean like, because even Warhammer can be a little campy at times. I mean it more. I don't know. How do I just explain what gritty is?
I mean, it would literally be like the Cyberpunk Edge Runners anime, essentially, where it's like it's a sci-fi universe with a very like
tonally gritty
vibe.
Gritty, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if VEC's gonna have a lot of success with this, playing this Echo into the Pharah. Like, because I feel like if you're gonna play the Echo here, you're gonna be wanting to like duel. No, I'm saying, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't seem like they're having a lot of success. I think the comp is good. It just doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like they're achieving much with it.
They could be losing elsewhere in the map, which like doesn't allow Scarlet to do much.
That's yeah. I feel like there's like right now they're just getting like hard pressured to where Scarlet is getting nothing done.
Chorong was not on Brig versus dive. With your own dive, you would imagine Brig Ana should be the combo, especially to protect your Ana, but that's not what's happening. But then again, they kind of just outscaling VEC.
Yeah, I think they're literally just running them over right now in this comp. I think they're just running them the fuck over. Like, it's just not close.
I got it. This is how I explain it. Like, Diablo 1, Diablo 2 was like a gritty, darker game, but then Diablo 3 was like way less gritty.
Sure, yeah.
Describe it as campy, but it was like more. It was way less of that. It's kind of. I want more of that kind of vibe in a StarCraft sci-fi universe where, you know, almost like the Alien franchise, you know, where the Zergs aren't like these little, almost cute adjacent things, just little hungry boys that want to eat. No, they're like kind of scary. How the aliens in the Alien franchise are scary, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I can agree with you. The original point was just I agree with that. It's just like if there was any property I feel like that would actually bang as a Blizzard property would legitimately, I think it might be StarCraft more than anything else.
I still think Overwatch would be pretty good, but yeah.
Well, I think Overwatch would be good because of the widespread appeal. Like, you know, there's a lot of fans for it. But honestly, I don't think the game, in my opinion, my personal opinion, I don't find the universe nearly as compelling or interesting.
It's such a ZP take. I've had the same conversation with the ZP.
I just don't. I mean, it's not. I play Overwatch for the characters and the gameplay. You know, like the universe of Overwatch never interested me. Literally never. Not once. Do the casters know the game is actually being played right now? I mean, are you referring to us or are you referring to the Korean casters? I don't know what the fuck they're saying.
Talking about the Korean casters. Definitely talking about the Korean casters.
Because right now I know the game's being played, but unfortunately VEC is getting like hard pounded and outskilled, and they're getting donged. They were getting T1 donged right now. Not even with the cool dragons. The dragons aren't even like interesting.
What dragons? Shanghai dragons?
No, like the Genji and Hanzo dragons. I'm like, what the fuck even are they? I don't know what they are. They don't seem like dragons. Don't seem that important. Like,
I'll give you in a minute once Crazy Raccoon demolished VEC. I'll give you my outline for what I think the ideal StarCraft show should be.
Oh. You've already given it to me. I don't need to. You've already given me the show.
Have I?
You have it more? I mean, you told me you wanted to be gritty.
Sorry,
like
Overwatch, not StarCraft. Overwatch. Sorry,
okay.
Overwatch. I meant Overwatch when I said StarCraft. Oh, they are getting fucked though.
They are. I mean, it's just literally not even like it's actually not even close. Like this is like legitimately one of the roles of all time. Like it's.
I want to see Lip throw out a mini bob at this point. Give me a mini bob.
A mini bob.
Zestin's are running out of ideas. He's now on Widow. He's running through the entire hit scan roster.
Should I get post Sana tacos? Honestly, we go hard as fuck. Depends on the taco though. I hope carnitas perhaps, or like a El Pastor. If you have them, some lingua. I like it. I've had lingua tacos are actually pretty good.
VEC looked kind of reasonable yesterday. You know, I kind of started believing.
Yeah, they did. They didn't look bad. Like, but now they're getting like rolled in smoke. Like this is like legitimately like an all-time crushing.
Xlim is now actually who played tank? I think Xlim wasn't on tank yesterday. Somebody else, wasn't it? Sungan.
Yes.
And he goes on. Yeah, he's the off tank player. Yeah, they gotta get him back in. I need to see Sungan again.
Like this is legitimately an all-time crushing.
Guy is not it.
Like I mean, but the thing is, like, I don't think Slim is playing. Is it Xlim or is Slim? I'm not sure. Either way, I don't even think that's like the only issue because like they haven't gotten a kill. Like there hasn't been a single limb. Like they're not getting a limb.
That's true. Has anyone on Crazy Raccoon died?
Like not on that round. They did on the first round.
I think like all just lived. No one died. That's insane.
What is that? Is that DJ?
Who died? Okay, one person.
ODJ OT Jack. Some Jack Oat Jack. I'm going DJ Oat Jack. Is that DJ Oat Jack? I'm going DJ Oat Jack.
Yeah, so I actually think the current Overwatch storyline is all over the place. The whole like Winston recall, let's get the gang back together storyline kind of sucks in my opinion. I'm not about it. I don't like. I need to see where they take that. I'm not convinced that's like.
Well, I guess I'm still trying to figure out. I don't see what about the Overwatch universe is particularly compelling unless like they either go like. Compelling. Okay, go on.
The show they should make should be based on the Omnic Crisis.
Okay, that's the most interesting part of the lore, sure. Yeah.
It is, where they actually discover and explore how that all went down, what the fight in the war looked like, how Overwatch got formed, and then how it got dismantled, and how like all the bullshit.
So kind of like a prequel almost.
Yeah, yes, that's the storyline because I am curious about this storyline. I think that's a storyline that's quite gripping.
Yeah, I could see that I could see that be kind of interesting, especially if they actually make it slightly more adult themed at times. I could see that being relatively interesting. That's by far the most interesting thing in the entire lore-wise for me.
Because the other thing is, if you want to use it as a marketing tool as well, which I think you should, obviously it would be. It's a great way to introduce people to the game because it's like, here's the backstory of Overwatch. Now go play the game and play where we're currently at in the current timeline of Overwatch. So the show is the backstory. The game is the current timeline. If one in the show,
I'm not going to read the Anime Gamer little comment, but I did read it.
Like,
Ramatra Rebellion would be Andor levels of cinema. When we finally get the live action series or the animated series Ramatra and everyone fucking cooms. I mean, my personal opinion is I just find a lot of the base premise of the lore to be very like juvenile, like Blizzard, like, oh, we're heroes and we're here to save the day, blah 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 blah. And I get it's because it's supposed to be very Disney wide appeal. So I think that's my baseline problem with it, is that the only kind of compelling, interesting, more adult part of the lore is the Omnic Rebellion. But like, I'd almost love if they just like said, fuck it, let's reboot it. But they can't really do it at this point because they're in too deep. But
I mean, they can retcon stuff. They can definitely like reboot, retcon certain things about the lore if they want to.
How did Arcane do for League of Legends? Arcane did really well, but that's because it was, in general, the League of Legends lore is a lot less, I would say, Disney-esque than Overwatch is. I would say it's a lot darker on average. And then secondly, they pulled off a generational move by having one of the best studios of all time animate it. And also, like, making sure to have...
No one knew they were the best studio at the time.
And to have very... Yeah, sure, I'm just saying, like, you know, in terms of, like, the actual... How it turned out, right? And then...
Yeah.
And then, also on top of that, doing a super integrated marketing campaign, which Blizzard has sometimes, I think, struggled with.
Well, they did what I said. They fully retconned the lore. Like, I don't know if you know the original League of Legends lore, but it was super ass. It was
I don't know. I'm just simply saying, from what I remember reading in the past, I feel like League of Legends lore was, on average, it felt a lot darker than Overwatch's lore.
They fully retconned the lore and like changed it up. And basically for Arcane, they just rewrote the whole lore and be like, we're starting again. We're gonna do this. This is now the lore. And they just made it what they wanted to. And the thing I like most about Arcane was it was more of a mature themed show with mature vibes to it, rather than like the happy-go-lucky Disney-esque vibe, which is a little too childish. So
yeah. I mean, also they hit the emergency escape button to like always help with like virality, and they put in lesbian sexy.
That was the second season, and the second season was way worse than the first season.
Sure, no. I mean, my personal take was, I do agree, first season was a lot better, but I also didn't think it was that amazing either, any of them. But I do think like at the very least they tried to make it slightly more mature, but I still felt like it was kind of Mickey Mouse. But you know, everyone loves different things. Some people it's their special interests. Good morning, I'm here for my government-mandated Apex stream. Excellent. Did Arcane succeed as an ad for people to play League of Legends? My personal opinion, I don't know, because I don't know what the stats are. I don't know. They probably have stats. I don't have those stats. I don't know. I would say I don't know why it would, because like at least in North America, people aren't gonna play League of Legends more than they already are. And like, there's no one left to pick up in China or Korea. Like, they've already got the market share.
I have heard way too many times people were like, yeah, I watched Arcane, tried League of Legends, and it was too overwhelming. I just couldn't play it. I've heard that so many times. Avast
keeping the anime gamer girl gold mine from Avril. It's literally all just sex. It's gooning. It's all sex and gooning. There's no gold mine. It's a goon mine. It's a goon mine. There's no gold mine to be found.
Arcane lost money, I'm pretty sure. Actually, that's a good question. Did they lose money? Surely not.
No, I think technically they ended up, I think like their CEO was like, yeah, we like spent more money than we made back on this production, but we view it as like a long-term investment into like building this like cinematic universe for us. Because Riot has always had a much longer term timeline, I think. Like they kind of like get it a lot more, I think, in certain ways than Blizzard has. So what do you mean? There was some absolute heat in chat. Okay, I'm gonna go up and read it. Let's see.
A bunch of sexual gooning shit or what?
Let's see. This is what Anime Girl said. Make an Overwatch series where it's just Mercy and Pharah having lesbian sex for an hour for 12 episodes. Is that the heat? Is that the heat? Is that the heat?
Nice one, AGG. Nice one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if Riot used Arcane for tax optimization. Interesting. I do see it as like more of a marketing thing for them, so they don't mind losing money on it. Because like, you know, I get it. The goal was to like feed people back in the game.
The second part is important. Where is the second part? The second season is angsty gay romance with Reaper and Doomfist both trying to bag Sombra before they realize they want each other, and the season finale is 3-hour special, and there are no words, only grind.
Because it already had quite a dark tone, quite a mature tone. I quite like that.
Okay, that is.
Like, I tried watching the new Devil May Cry series on Netflix. It was just so goofy, man. I couldn't get into it.
I didn't even bother because it wasn't something that I think was right up for me.
It just felt, I was like watching, I was like, dude, why is it so goofy? Like, I still haven't watched the Fallout series, by the way. I should get into that.
I started watching it. I never finished it. Apparently, they just finished filming season 2. But I did see the first part of it. But it wasn't bad, honestly. But it wasn't. I think I'm focused more on like getting through Severance and stuff like that.
Which one's Severance? Is that the Apple show?
That is the Apple TV show that Ben Stiller helped make, or was the executive producer of.
I've not seen.
Do you like
that.
anything ever? Yes, I love Severance. I liked White Lotus. Even as a non-anime guy, I liked Cyberpunk Edge Runners, even though I'm not really an anime guy. Let's see.
My favorite series of all time is probably Westworld season 1 and 2. After that, it kind of went down.
I did not watch season 2, but I saw season 1, and I thought season 1 was pretty good. I did enjoy season 1.
Amazing, dude. Holy shit, season 1's masterful.
You ever watch
Absolute
Beef? Yep.
masterpiece.
Beef was good. I enjoyed Beef. I thought Beef was very fun.
Beef Tallow?
No, just the show Beef.
I haven't seen that.
It's good. It's got Steven Yeun. It's a banger.
Oh,
I also forget the other actress.
Oh.
She's a comedian, I believe, but I forget the other actor. But season 1 of True Detective, true. I didn't even mind.
True Detective was
Season 1 of True Detective was really good. Season 4 of True Detective, honestly, I thought was, even though people didn't like it as much, I thought season 4 of True Detective was actually pretty decent. So I like season 4 with Jodie Foster as well. I thought season 4 was pretty decent.
I stopped watching after season. I tried watching season 2, and it was just like, dude, what is this?
Season 2 was bad. Season 2 was bad. Season 2 was the worst. Season 3 was
turned me off entirely.
okay. Season 3 was all right. It was like not bad. It was decent. And then season 4, I think season 4 was pretty good. So
I enjoyed Shogun in like the world building and the
I did like
artistic
Shogun,
set
yep.
pieces and all that kind of stuff.
Shogun was good.
But I'm
Shogun
gonna
was
be
good.
honest, I didn't like the main character. I'll be that. You know what? I'll be that guy. I did not enjoy the white savior storyline. I'm just gonna say it wasn't for me. But the rest of the show was good.
But it wasn't a white savior storyline.
Wasn't it?
Literally the whole thing. No, the whole thing was how he was getting used the whole time. It was the exact opposite.
I mean,
You've been owned by facts and logic.
I think both are true. No, I think both are true.
No, it is not. It was not a white savior storyline. Bro, the whole point was how he literally got used the whole time, and the whole positioning, like, he just used him for his gain. And, like, bro actually, like, essentially accomplished nothing, but got to experience the beauty and culture of Japan.
But he's out there trying to save the guy the whole time, and he's like, you know, I'm gonna serve the Shogun guy.
Well, no, he was just trying to get fucking home, essentially.
He was also trying to fuck.
It was not like a last. It was not like a Last Samurai situation.
He was. I actually rewatched Last Samurai.
Okay, that movie sucks ass. That movie's so bad.
I hate to say it,
that movie sucks ass. No. The fact that you hit me with that Shogun take and then you like Last Samurai, I mean, come on.
Last Samurai is way more white savory, but fuck, I don't know what it is. Maybe I just like Tom. I don't know what it is, but I still liked it, even though.
Sure, Tom Cruise has sauce. He's got sauce. Yeah,
savory.
He's got some sauce. I'll give you that.
I don't know what it is.
I also think a big part of the show too was also talking about how Japan was being exploited by white colonialist nations between like Portugal and then England, how they're all trying to use Japan. So I feel like it was very much a criticism of white saviorism and like colonialism for a big portion of the show.
Yeah, but then the main character's like, I'm here to defeat the Portuguese, our common enemy. And
yeah, but like the whole point is that he just wants to do it for England. He's just doing it for England to get advantage of them. I think, honestly, I think, unfortunately, you've been owned.
We'll agree to disagree on that. And also, the finale was, I don't know, the show ended on not even a cliffhanger. It was just a letdown. They spent the entire season leading up to some big climax that never happened.
What are you... If I could reach through the fucking Discord channel right now, I would strangle you. I would literally strangle you if I could reach through the Discord. You are... This is pissing me off. You are literally pissing me off with this take.
I'm gonna put this on Twitter.
I'm getting rage baited. I'm getting fucking rage baited. I'm actually getting rage baited.
I don't want to spoil the story for people, but they spent the whole season leading up to this big battle, this big thing. Oh, we're gonna go to Tokyo and take it out all this shit, and they just end the season. I'm like, whoa, what? That's how it ends.
He's rage baiting me.
You're not gonna do the thing.
Everything I don't like is rage bait. It's okay. I'm getting rage baited. It's fine.
It's fine. That's all right.
I think if you don't talk about the game, you're gonna miss it, bro. I hate to tell you this, Pack, but VEC are getting kind of booty blasted. There's not really much to discuss. Like, they're just kind of getting rolled and smoked in everywhere.
Playing Alari Bat. How we landed into Alari Bat meta. Very interesting.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really taking what Crazy Raccoon is doing in this match super seriously. And VEC are just getting, like, literally dominated.
To be honest, we've seen Crazy Raccoon do this before, because Chorong does...
Yeah. And also, I think if there's any map you play Alari BAP, like, it is Create Circuit Royale. Like, you can make it work on Circuit Royale, because, like, Alari, okay, you can play the off angles pretty strong, like, you can get high ground. BAP has always been good for the corners. The Majed Pipeline Resurrection. Oh my god, they got to kill, guys. They've done it. And they die to a lamp. And death to a lamp. Look, Alari is better into Freya than Xin. Maybe. I mean, you definitely have more sustain than Xin.
Most teams play Zen here, actually. I just remembered. Teams do play Zen here, except right now. In fact, people play so much Zen here. We were seeing Zen bans in Hangzhou. You remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
Now no one's playing Zen here. No one's playing Zen here anymore.
But to be fair, the Zen bans were mostly targeted towards certain teams. I don't feel like it was like a universal ban. I remember Majed is perma-bench. Majed is no longer on Falcons. He's a streamer.
They were targeted against teams that could play it, from teams that couldn't play it. So
they killed off Majed's character.
A main supporter flicks.
Yeah. I don't mind. I feel like maybe like in this new Freya world, maybe Alari could be good because of like you have the sustain from the pylons, and also probably I don't know. I don't think the ult really makes that much of a difference, honestly, because like it's not like Freya's ult is anything you have to worry about. Like you can forgo another strong support ult because Freya's ult is essentially a nothing burger, you know, potentially.
It would depend on all the other DPSs, because like Blade, pretty good.
Yeah, but then you got a BAP for. You got a BAP for that, you know? You just like save your lamp. You got a BAP and a flux for that one.
Yeah, VP was the team that I saw play this comp the most. And now more teams are playing this comp. This is the Gala special. Is Wu-Chang got a
captive son? Lip does not, though.
Deflect? The deflected
Yeah, I mean, that's actually fucking crazy. Scarlet? That's our first deflect on the bolus.
Holy shit, bro, is vaccinated? He deflected the Ebola?
Congrats on the new gig. Thank you so much, Mike. I guess it makes sense because this is a projectile, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it does. Yeah, I was like, yes, you can.
I didn't know exactly like what it classified as, but I guess it just makes sense. So I've done that in comp actually. So I'm first. Okay, Capacility is the first to deflect it. Wow, big for them.
Give a round of applause.
Big for them actually.
You should get a custom title in the game. I'm gonna message Aaron Color around. You should get a custom title in the game that says "First ever deflect Ebola."
The windup is actually long, so it's pretty easy to deflect. Yeah, guys, actually, it's so easy. We could all do it, right? Like, dude, it's the easiest thing ever. I wasn't really impressed with what Scarlet did. I could do that 10 times out of 10. Me, personally. He's actually pretty noob, and I'm pretty, like, epic.
Scarlet really is a bit of a Genji guy. Oh my god, he is a Genji guy. Look at him. Look at him swinging his blade.
I killed him before they could even shoot their Ebola. Me dealing with the bats that shoot Ebola.
I don't think bats shoot Ebola.
Are bats not Ebola carriers? I don't know.
Are they?
I'm not sure. I think they can carry the Black
animals
Death.
carry Ebola?
I think they can carry the Black Death.
Oh, you think of rats? Those are rats.
Well, no, multiple things can. Meerkats can carry like Black Death too, I think. Yeah, a bunch of rodents, like rodents in general. Wait, get rocked? Get rocked out of flux? Rocked by Mr. Max? Why is Ebola being brought up so much? Because the way Avril says the bolas sounds like Ebola. He sounds like Ebola. It sounds like he's saying Ebola.
What do I say? I say the bowler.
Yeah, well, sometimes you'll be like, right? You say like Ebola, and it sounds like Ebola. It sounds like Ebola.
I say Ebola. Why do people think
it just sounds like Ebola?
Is primarily carried by bats, but can transfer to primates.
See, look at that. See?
All right, okay.
How about you leave the general factoids to me, buddy? You take care. Okay. You take care of the APAC Korea factoids.
Right. Okay. Bros the master of Trivial Pursuit. Okay, I see how it is. Bro's been on Family Feud before. Okay.
He's been on Family Feud. Dude, it's just, you know what's crazy, like, being back with my parents too, is they still watch cable TV with, like, Family Feud and shit. I'm like, I can't remember the last time I've seen, like, willingly opted to view, like, a cable television show in...
What do you even get on cable? Like, what
I mean, it's, like, sports, news, and a couple, like, the old, like, the long-running shows, like Jeopardy, like, Family Feud.
Now, sports I understand, but news? Can't you just get news from anywhere now?
I mean, yes, but like they watch the news. They watch the news. I mean, technically yes, but they watch the news. They're built into it. How are they not capped? Listen, it's happening. Just give it some time. And just give it some time. Look, Max, he's got a window. Max is mogging.
5, watch. You don't get it.
You think? Yeah, is Zestin kills 5 here? Well, Wu Chen is dead. Zestin is not killing 5 so far. He's in fact getting pressured. He's getting pressured by Max.
Rock. He dies.
Nope, I don't think he's dying. He has a pylon. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, don't get mogged by Max challenge. Don't get mogged. Wait, Choang hit the Captive Sun challenge. Choang hits the Captive Sun challenge. Oh, Choang is doing it. Choang's doing it. Fellas, sometimes you get hit by the sun. Here comes the sun. Do. They're news heads. Yeah, they're so addicted to news. They're news maxing. Wait, that's an actual station. Maybe they're not. They're not news maxing.
Like, why would you watch the news on cable rather than just like normal free TV?
Because they just that's all they know. That's all they know. Well, to be fair, we actually don't pay for cable. If I'm being honest, we have like a little antenna, so we get like the free public television channels, which includes like the news and the major like carriers. So we don't actually pay for cable.
Right. I only watch the news if it's Fox News.
Yeah.
News, of course.
What if Blizzard makes a joke where they like, what is Kiriko's favorite news station, news channel? It's Fox News. Do you think that? Do you think that would work? Do you think that would work? Could they get away with that one?
I think it's pretty based.
Guy that loves the white savior film finds it based. Curious.
No.
Hashtag Avril is over party. No, you said, but you talked about Last Samurai, but you said Last Samurai.
Oh, but that's because I like Tom Cruise. That's different. That's different. My like of Tom Cruise overrode any dislike I would have otherwise had.
Oh, okay.
You see how that works? Mathematically, that's how it works.
Hashtag kill Avril followed by hashtag kill Avast. Why we're both dying, I guess. Okay, Zestin is not carried.
Lip.
He's dead.
Lip is
hey, look, it's Sojourn. It's Sojourn. Sojourn's back. To be fair, I feel like Sojourn on this map, if you're playing into Sigma though, Sojourn is good. This is good though, because you're playing into shields. You can just charge. Like Sojourn was always good here, and now you can like charge up into the fucking Sigma shield.
I think it's bad if there's a shield. You want to charge on someone's body, not the shield.
Yeah,
shield
but think about this.
Is very slow.
But think about this. You have a lot of shields to shoot. Think about this one. Kill Jaws, kill Zestin, kill Sungyoung. Okay.
How about this one? I got the one. Kiss Avril, Merc Avast, marry May. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I like that one.
Like May, like Ice Wall Mei?
The
I'm
Overwatch
assuming?
hero. Yeah, the Overwatch hero Mei. What other Meis are there?
I don't know. I don't
any
know.
other Meis.
I'm not sure. I didn't know it could be a variety of characters. Okay, VEC, let's wrap it up. Can we just get to it? Is there a good game today? I'm gonna check. Isn't Falcons after this? Are they about to beat up on someone too? They play Poker Face. Okay, that could be fun. Poker Face could be fun.
We haven't seen Poker Face yet.
That could be maybe fun.
You're about to see Dongwon start playing Overwatch, stop playing Overwatch, start playing Overwatch, stop playing Overwatch, and then start playing Overwatch again.
Maybe he just has OCD and he has to do it a lot. Oh, if he hit that rock. Not quite.
Did you see Max's rocks yesterday? Someone posted a clip. And I was like, oh shit, this guy hit 2 insane rocks that didn't make the broadcast.
I did not see that. I did not see his insane rocks. Okay, Captive Sun used. Everything's been used.
Okay,
Holy shit,
dies.
Chorong just exploded. Chorong
you
literally
look it
just exploded. When there's a Captive Sun plus the Bola at the same time, it literally looks like fucking meteors are falling to the ground.
Actually,
it's
if
like
you
asteroided.
land a sun and then you land a bowler and they all get sucked together, the sun does massive AoE damage, right? Pretty good combo.
Yeah? The
Sun
Ebola
bowler
Sun?
combo?
Wait, that actually is a fucking fat flux. Oh, this is so sad though. I mean, I guess it wouldn't
Died,
matter
though.
because they had spawns. Yeah, they had spawns anyways. Good night, B emoji. Sleep well. The captive Ebola. when we have the fucking bio lab that leaks, the captive Ebola. I mean, they have Captive Sung for Chorong. I mean, this should just be... I think this is just going to be a first hold. Because, like, unless Scarlet has the most massive blade of all time, I think it's Dunzo. I think it's actually Dunzo.
Deflecting? Deflecting? Oh,
No.
Where did
no.
Scarlet go? Scarlet was in
He
position
dashed
to deflect. Where'd
away.
he go?
Bro, I think his
Why?
dash ended. I think his dash ended. Or not his dash, his deflect. His deflect. I would go to sleep. I would go to sleep with my dryer. With my dryer stuff. Oh. That is actually the worst feeling in the world when you want to go to sleep and you haven't like washed. You started washing your sheets and they're like in the dryer, so you have to wait like an extra hour and a half to like dry them. I don't know if you've been in that situation before, Kevin.
This is why you do this early. You do this at the start of the day, so that the
You should. You should. You really should. You really should.
Who the hell washes their sheets just before they sleep? Why would you
Some
do
people
that?
do. Well, some people do. Some people like start it or like.
That's just poor planning on whoever's doing that.
Some people do. It's the equivalent of like when you're trying to make dinner and you need to make rice and you forget to make the rice ahead of time, so you have to fucking wait for the rice to cook. Worst feeling in the world.
It's like when you want to eat some veal or get some beef tallow.
Yeah.
And then you realize you have to raise the cow for the next 10 years. Like,
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Early.
Also, this was an all-time blade plus a Fluxmas coming out here. We just saw a Max Fluxmas and a blade beef. We saw literally nothing occur, and Max just died. They might actually lose the point. They might actually just lose the point to a repeated series of fucking beefs. Like legitimate next level beefs from Crazy Raccoon. Or great planning? No. It's not great planning, you have to wait if you're tired. Yeah, they actually lost the point to that. I can't believe it. They actually just beefed so fucking hard. Crazy Raccoon actually beefed so fucking hard there.
So hard.
Oh, they vealed it. They vealed it.
Oh my
That's so true. They vealed it.
Oh, dude.
Sleep in the dryer with the sheets. True. I will say that is the benefit of having a rice cooker, though, is you make the rice ahead of time, and then you just let it sit in there and stay warm before the meal's ready. That's like the GOAT. Rice cookers are the GOAT. Brow Daddy. Thank you for the tier 1. Thank you so much. And the 64 months, bro. Always winnable for us Sungunners. Wait, Shu dead? Wait, they're actually doing it.
I just saw Shu get rolled.
Yeah, they're actually doing it. The Captain Sun gets value. It's a lot of value. The Wu-Chan Alari is hidden.
Right now.
Yeah, the Wu-Chan Alari is hidden.
They can Cat B. They can Cat B right now. If VEC gets stronger, they did. They improved their roster. Here comes Chorong.
Wait, zero man. That's a zero man. That's a zero man.
He got one.
Oh, no. He got sunken. Okay, he got sunken. Okay. Wait, does Scarlet get a pick here? No, he does not. I also think, like, Alari still on this point is good if you're playing the Genjis because, like, I still think Alari is, like, insanely good at the Genji. Is Alari so good at the peeling?
The pylon healing is, like, kind of insane.
And also you get the boop,
It's
and the
very
boop is, like,
annoying
really strong, like, if you don't have a dash afterwards. It's VECable. It's VECable. They got a blade. They have a window. Now they just have to not all die to lip. Not all die to lip and he's saying challenge.
CR have way too many ults here.
If they don't all die, if they complete the challenge of not all dying to lip, he's saying.
Dude, playing Genji in the Crazy Raccoon's lineup must be so scary. Like,
she's bad into my Genji. Holy shit. Wait, Max doesn't know. Oh, they found him. They're just getting hard staggered here.
It might be over, guys. It might be over.
I mean, they have 4 ults. Oh, the Mauga swap for the touch? The Mauga swap for the touch from Sungun?
If you want to touch, you go ball, surely, no?
No, he's on Doom.
They can just Flux 9. Can't Max just Flux 9 this?
He's on Doom. He's on Doom.
He's saying 1? Oh my god, doesn't matter.
Scarlet. Oh my lord almighty.
Oh, his blade got shut down as well.
Yeah, his blade just got rolled.
How do you play Genji? How do you play Genji in this lineup? Like, you're just running into so much damage.
It's also you're also trying to dash into Freya Sojourn as like duelist picks. Like like all the squishies are like really mobile or really good at peeling. God damn it. I'm Marvel Rivals build. DPS. I'm Marvel Rivals build. DPS.
You say kill or elimination in Marvel Rivals?
On Fight Night, we can say kill because it's not an official broadcast. But we try to say elimination if possible.
So annoying.
I'm going to get Subway today. I'm not a huge Subway guy, so I wish you the best of luck.
It's crazy. Their game will promote the most insane boober and ass, and then get pissed off at you if you say kill. It's like, are you serious? Seriously? You gotta shove titties in people's face and they get annoyed when I say kill, really?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I think that's I'm actually okay with that. I think I would much rather society be more cool with sex than be more cool with murder. Hot take. Hot take.
That and send us back to the 1800s. Let's do it the other way around. Let's have maximum kill and minimum sex. Let's do that instead.
Maximum kill, minimum sex. Wait, new action movie just dropped? Imagine the action movie called Max Kill, Minimum Sex.
But like the movie has a bunch of women who are all trying to have sex with the main character. He's like, no, I'm abstinent.
Good night, Wong Diggity. Good night.
He just wants to kill. He doesn't want to have sex.
Were you a Quiznos guy? I was a Quiznos guy. I don't know if you... Do you have Quiznos in Australia or New Zealand?
No, what's that? What's Quiznos?
It was a sandwich. It was like a chain sandwich shop like Subway, but it was actually good because Subway's ass.
What is this?
It was just they don't really exist anymore. They're like out of business now. But like, oh, there's the deflect from Scarlet. Oh, that was a nice deflect. But like, I think Quiznos was the far better sandwich chain shop.
Okay.
And it was actually good.
Why are they out of business, huh?
Because quality doesn't mean necessarily you are to succeed in the business world. There's other factors, right?
True.
Marketing, popularity, luck, location. How is it asked? You make the sandwich, brother? Because they're...
bring up Quiznos?
Well, someone was saying that they're going to Subway, and I'm like, I don't really like Subway. And someone's like, are you a Quiznos guy? And I'm like, I am a Quiznos guy. I am a Quiznos guy comparatively. So it just didn't work. It just didn't work for me. And also, for saying the sandwich is ass, you made the sandwich, like, brother, well, first of all, I didn't pick the ingredients. I don't want, like, the ingredients of Subway are not all the same quality level that I would pick, especially their bread. And it's mostly just, I just don't like the ingredients list, and yeah, that's mostly it. I didn't like the sandwich options. I didn't like what they had on the menu. Show them the demonic Quiznos ad. I'm trying to remember. Is that the hamster one? Is that the hamster one that you're talking about? Is the demonic Quiznos ad? The free market shows Subway Jared. Oh. True. UK Subway is better than US. I mean, most chain restaurants are better outside of the US. Most. I think there are exemptions.
They are.
But
McDonald's
most are better
outside the US. I think KFC is probably better outside the US.
Okay, let me see if I can find this hamster ad. Let's take a look.
Dude, the best smelling Subway I ever smelt was in Stockholm. I don't know why. It smells so good.
Is this the one?
I don't know what they would do with their bread.
I forgot. This is their actual ads, right?
Quiznos new Santa Fe trio.
What is it?
I forgot. I gotta send this to you.
All right, let's have a look.
Oh shit! I forgot about this one. The Kino incoming, dude. I mean, it literally looks. It does look insane.
This looks like some fan-made thing as a joke. You're about to tell me this is a real ad.
Yeah, this was. They did this. They did this, man.
Listen. Sometimes these massive food franchises pay a lot of money for their marketing. They hire like entire
But look at the sandwiches.
agencies.
The sandwiches look good in this fucing ad.
And I'm saying they could have just paid me. They could have paid me $100 to make this, so I could have probably made this.
Quiznos.
Cinema? It's. I don't know if it's
look,
cinema.
The sandwiches look good, but they look like Subway also make good-looking sandwiches in there.
No, not. They don't look as.
They
They don't look. Their sandwiches do not look as good as the Quiznos. I'm sorry. I can't allow.
They do.
I don't think they do.
In the ads, they do.
I don't think so. Maybe I just hate Subway that much.
I'll look it up.
Maybe I just hate Subway that much that I'm just like, I'm against it.
Dude, I don't know. I can Google Subway right now, and the sandwiches they use in the ads look pretty good to me.
And also, I might have another hatred of Subway because of the fact that, like, when I was working at Misfits, I had a really annoying moment where we were going to a Subway to eat lunch after a shoot. It was we were taking our streamers to do strip club food review, where they got food at every strip club in South Florida and reviewed it.
Like in a strip club.
Yeah, strip club food review. They would go try all the strip club food, and they wanted to break for lunch because they were only eating like a couple bites of the food, so like they weren't eating like actually all the food. So they went to a Subway, and then this guy, this 19-year-old British kid streamer, lost his fucking cell phone in like the van we were using. So I had to rip apart this van for like 4 hours outside of a Subway, looking for his fucking cell phone. So maybe it might just be trauma. Let me guess,
it was on silent, so no one could just call the phone.
Yep. So maybe it was just trauma, but also like
So what's the result of the stripper food? Who had the best stripper food?
I can't even remember honestly, but I will say the point being is that Subway not good. I gotta get another sludge.
Did you guys go to the Goldshire Tavern to pick up some wenches and review the food there as well, or no?
자, 그리고 VC성남 같은 경우에 레키볼과 자리아라는 뱅카드 탱커 쪽의 뱅카드를 좀 많이 투자를 하고 있고 크레이지 라쿤은 프레이어와 준호를 좀 밴을 해주고 있는데 세 번째 세트의 밴은 또 어떻게 될지 궁금해집니다.
근데 뱅카드를 이미 앞에 좀 많이 땡겼어서 이게 남은 거는 그러면은 사실 힐러 벤 쪽이긴 하거든요. VC 성남 입장에서는 우리는 쓸 거고
Alright, sludge time.
조합을
Woo. But no, we did not go to Goldshire. They also wouldn't let us into a lot of the places because like, hey, like we can't let 18-year-olds into the strip club. But we're like, because there's alcohol being served, and I'm like, well, like they're just gonna eat the food though. They're just gonna eat the food though, and they're like, no. So wait, and so we had to take it out.
If they wanted to go as patrons on a normal strip night, could they go, or is it like 21 plus?
Depends on the place. Depends on the place, but a lot of them it's 21 plus.
Wow. Wait, hang on a second. I have another question. And obviously you're the person to ask. You're an expert here. How old are the women working there then? Do they have to be 21 as well?
That I'm not certain on. I don't know the ages, but I would say on average the ages are between like 20 to 26-ish or something. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I'm not totally certain. It probably depends on the place.
If you have to be 21 to be a patron, then how old do you have to be to work? Like, I think that's a good question.
Well, I think legally you're allowed to work it because also you're not allowed to consume alcohol while on the job. So, but I imagine like I don't actually know what the rule is. I'm just telling you, I don't know for that. I mean, do you have to be? I'm assuming you have to be 21 to be a bartender, right? In the U.S., I don't actually know. Has anyone been a bartender before? What's the age to be a bartender?
How old do you have to be a bartender? What's the deal with that?
How old do you have to be a bartender? How old to be a bartender in USA? Minimum ages. Different states have different ages. No, different states have different ages. Yes. So you could be 18. You could be 18 to be a bartender. So you don't have to be 21 to be a bartender. So I don't think you have to be 21 to work in a strip club. So you can be 18. But I like I said, I don't know the actual ages. I'm unsure. I learned something today. I actually never really thought about what age you have to be a bartender. In the US, at least. Make me reminiscent of Krefeld, Germany. Atlantic Showdown. When we went to that bar, and the guy that looked like Mads Mikkelsen was the bartender in that bar in Krefeld. You weren't there for that, because you were in Pacific, but...
No, I was not in Crayfield.
Yeah. Krefeld, Germany, 2019. Went to this
year.
bar post-event for the Atlantic Showdown, and the bartender looked exactly like Mads Mikkelsen. I literally said, bro, you look like Mads Mikkelsen. No, he didn't have an eye patch. But I was like, you look like Mads Mikkelsen. And then like in semi-broken English, he was like, oh, really? And then afterwards, he chilled and had some Jaeger shots with us.
Oh, really? What is Mads Mikkelsen? Is he Dutch? What is he?
He's Danish.
He's Danish?
Danish.
Okay. Was the CR fan chant heard on stream in Stockholm? I'm not too sure. I was there in person. I definitely heard a fan chant in person. I don't know if it was on the stream.
All right, Crazy Raccoon. I mean, I'm going to be honest. This is such a ruthless pounding. This is actually such a ruthless butt pounding that Crazy Raccoon are giving defect. Like, the Circuit was kind of close. Circuit was kind of close, though. But
Circuit, you know why? Because Sungyan's best hero is Sigma. That's why. So, you saw, like, he had some good moments versus Max, I thought. But now they're
I agree.
And they're playing Hazard. And that's fine, but somehow Crazy Raccoon are gonna win with Zarya on IQ.
Yeah, they just play perfect Zarya. This is really absolutely perfect, pixel perfect Zarya here. Me when my fucking Tracer tries to go for the dive and he's saying hits every shot. Look at Max just donk walk. He's donk walking with 20 energy. He's not getting any energy. He's just running around. He's just running around on Zarya, pathing. Oh, this is so sad. This is so sad. I mean, it's never been more Jover, right? It's like literally never been more Jover than it is in this moment.
Right. I think if you take the hop-ups on Zarya, you might be able to do some high ground access. Not the big high ground from like the start of B. The rest of it you probably can. I'd be interested to see what Max chose.
I honestly think, like, I think Scarlet is definitely not... Scarlet has looked pretty okay. Zessen has been essentially AFK, it felt like. But also, I don't blame him entirely because his whole team is getting just, like, literally rolled.
Dude, Lip is even on cast now. Crazy Raccoon are just like... Holy shit, they're playing such an unorthodox style.
Me when... they're just emoting on these guys. Yeah, I think they're just literally infinite. They're so much better. Chorong is just chasing. Oh, okay. Wait, Wuchan's looking for more frags in this economy?
Wuchan is doing what Kivas was trying to do all day yesterday.
Yeah. And then they get grabbed. And then they get grabbed.
How much of a mega suck would it be for grab and bowler at the same time?
That could be a banger. That could be
the cars say New Vungada.
New Vungada.
They just said it.
The New Vungada. Alfie wins that. So true, actually. If Alfie is on support here, big changes.
Does Zeta play today? Is it Zeta today?
No, they don't. They don't.
Oh man.
Because next match is Falcons Poker Face, so.
Sedge.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, this is a 4.5 minute cap time, just about on fucking Circuit Royale.
That is close to a world record on Like Evolved.
I mean, that is like literally insanity.
One thing I miss about Overwatch on top of everything else that I miss about, so a lot of things, but one of them is the stats, because I used to be able to look up stats.
Yeah, yeah.
Where I could find out what the fastest cap times on each map were, and I could compare the stats to be like, we just got a new record set on Ike and Mulder, and I could just say it on stream live, you know? And now I have no idea anymore. Now
I
we're
think
just
in a
having
way,
video sets.
in some ways, for like hype merchants like myself, not that aren't as much stats merchants, like I love a vibes-based esport because you can just kind of say shit.
It's not mutually exclusive. You can vibe out and F stats.
No, it's not mutually exclusive, but I'm simply saying that, like, you know, I lean in my current trajectory as more of a vibes merchant, you know, is where I currently lean. So like a fog of war is nice because then I don't even have to try to put in the effort to go look it up because no one knows.
This guy doesn't like facts and logic. Fucking hell.
Oh, first of all, I owned you with facts and logic earlier, okay? So be aware of that. Just be aware. I think VEC season's over. Yeah, guys, it's over. VEC's done. They're disbanding. This is their second match of the season. It's already over.
I want Lip to jump off the map.
What if he just like appears in front of them and then jumps off the map for an aura, a little bit of an aura gain.
Pure aura gameplay. No one's gonna check him. They probably don't even think Sombra's gonna get played here, which I don't blame them.
What do you think is the most aura loss like thing that can happen to a team of professional Overwatch? Like, you just like this happens to you and you have the most amount of aura loss in professional Overwatch. I think like stuff like fucking up and like jumping off the map is a very big aura loss. Like as a Winston. Losing by beating the Skybox and Runasapi? Okay.
Probably Crazy Raccoon losing to Nightmare would be the biggest aura loss possible.
Crazy Raccoon losing to Nightmare. But think about this, conversely, aura gain for Nightmare. It's an equivalent.
Nightmare, they're the aura vampires. They take your aura when they beat you. It's true.
I was going for more of the law of aura dynamics, you know? Like the conservation of aura. All aura gained is lost somewhere else and vice versa.
Right. Like the exchange of money in the economy.
Dying to Junkrat passive, that is a big aura loss. If that were to occur, that is a gigantic aura loss. That's huge. Having an assassin mimp, yeah, mimps are pretty big aura loss. But the thing is, mimps have been kind of normalized a bit, so I feel like the aura loss is big, but it's more standard.
You can have it the other way around as well. You can be Lip and just mimp and hit nobody.
That's true. That is true. Well. You take it to the other side.
Lip doesn't even need to hit anybody. He still wins. You know.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You just say fuck it. I don't even care. Torb Hammer Kill? Torb Hammer Kill, I think I put Torb Hammer Kill above. I put that above you lose more aura than if you were to mimp. But I do say that it's still like a semi-normalized one. But yeah, I agree. Violet feeding on support and gaining aura. You know what? That's true. He has definitely
He's the only
reversed
guy
it.
that can Ajax and gain aura. Oh, that's a nice double. Zesson. Wait, I thought Zesson died. Never mind. No, Zesson got his ass. Never mind. Other way around.
I don't think you lose aura for getting hammer killed. You just the other person gains it. A solo. There's something that's so funny to me about seeing someone die to virus and it's just the cube in the kill feed. Like you just got killed by the fucking Allspark. What's a mimp? A mimp is a term referring to the combination of meme plus EMP. So if a Sombra player drops a mimp, it is typically a 0-man EMP that hits no one, and thus referred to as a mimp.
This guy is definitely an OWCS only viewer, not an Overwatch League viewer.
Yeah, perhaps not an OG, but that's fine. You know what? You got to learn the old ways. Got to learn the old ways.
Welcome new people to Overwatch esports. Let me tell you the story of Mendo Kusai and Cloud9.
Tracer getting pulse bomb on another Tracer, loss of aura gain. I mean, that's a gain of aura, and I think it's definitely a loss of aura for the Tracer player.
There's a transfer of aura.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely a transfer. Definitely a transfer for sure. Because I think that one's tough. That's like an uncommon. And also, it's like a direct duel between two heroes of the same, you know, it's just a 1v1 of two people on the same hero. Which is always like aura-centric. That's like a very aura-centric fight. Will this be on the test? Yeah, we're going to do an aura test of all aura-based mech connection. I do know that. Isn't that, like, is that a mood ring? Is that an aura ring? Or is that like something else?
No,
I just know what I've heard of it.
Tracker.
It's a stat tracker. It's a stat tracker, huh? Is it stat tracking your aura? Wait, he's saying just miss. He missed the bolus.
I think he missed the bowler.
Getting killed by Mercy as any DPS? Yeah, that can be aura loss. I agree. I think in general, dying to as a DPS dying to support is a minor aura loss. It depends on the support too.
Shouldn't the ultimate be that Freya shoots a bat out of her wrist and the bat connects you and bites you and infects you with the bowler? Wouldn't that be more accurate?
That could be. Do you know what's an aura gain? Korean mullet. Korean mullet is immediate aura gain though. That's an outside the game ability, but
with the,
very important.
Look at all the bowls. Look at the entire lineup of bowls. You see that? You see the lineup?
Yeah, oh, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. There's some clean bowls for sure.
The shoes bowl is going hard right now.
I agree. I agree.
That's an insane bowl.
The Krillin aura maxing effect. Dying to Kiri, Bap, Zin, Alari is not minus aura. Depends on the situation, but yes, that is a good outlier. That's a good outlier.
Have you ever put your face into an AI thing and be like, give me a bowl cut? I want to see what it looks like. Have you done that?
No, I've not done that, no.
Avril bowl cut win. See, this is the thing. It will never happen because I've looked at it like, oh, that looks bad. That does not look good.
I don't think I'd rock a bowl cut either, personally. But I will say I do have the genes for it because I have very flat, straight hair, so it falls directly to the sides of my face. So it's essentially like in the half bowl, but it's more so the middle part, you know? So, like, I could probably theoretically do it, but I just don't think, I don't know. I just, my hair part's like really strongly in the middle. You look like a berries and cream guy with a bowl. Well, you have to get like the Korean bowl cut because like the Western style bowl cut is like very berries and cream comparatively. The Korean bowl cut's not quite as, I feel like it's not as long, you know? Or maybe it's not as short. I don't know, or maybe it's just a perfect length. Measuring aura is minus aura. Mods, stretch that guy out like Laffy Taffy.
You know,
take his arms and legs, stretch him out.
Cut is? Have you ever seen like those old Robin Hood era type of movies where like
you'll definitely rock a bowl cut? I can see it.
I think they're friars and they wear those robes.
Yes, they're just like monks essentially.
Bowl cuts. Yeah, the monks, but the middle part and the top is like cut. It's like shaved.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like a bowl with a hole in the middle. Those are my favorite bowls. It's like a
I see what you're saying.
Cut, but it's like shaved in the middle in a circle. Weirdly.
It's not really in style. That's not. I don't think the Friar Tuck style haircut's in. It's in right now. I don't think it's in. Maybe it'll come back.
The Friar cut.
Yeah, the Friar cut.
For the Friar cut.
They fucked my shit up when the Friar goes to the barber and they actually just like leave his hair on top but like cut the rest of his sides short. It's like they fucked my shit up, man. He gets like a normal fade. It's like, oh, my shit's all fucked up. No. How am I gonna brew Trappist beer?
All the nuns are gonna laugh at me now.
The nuns are gonna laugh at me. I'm willing to bet $100 that I look good with a bowl cut. I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I don't think it would work good for me.
VEC가 서큘러에서 좋은 경기력을 보여줬음에도 좀 침묵시킬 만큼 압도적인 무력이었는데 좀 그런 모습들을 보면서 어떤 생각으로 경기에 임하셨을까요?
Oh, I should probably make the next set of Preds. You should get a bad haircut on purpose to farm engagement. Is getting a bad haircut on purpose, is that plus aura?
Doing a PGE?
Is that no PG? I don't think his haircut, his bad haircut was on accident, was it not? Was it not? Was that an on purpose haircut?
Was it an accident?
I thought it was on accident. Best frame performance still stands.
It was kind of goofy, but it wasn't that bad.
It still stands for merit for me overall, but I will say if I feel like if we had seen Stalker play more than one map yesterday, Stalker might have had a better performance than Merit. So on Freya, but just depends. But probably Merit because he played more maps and looked really, really good. He said his aunt gave him the haircut. I will say I'm very against family members and people you know giving you haircuts unless they are a certified like barber. I'm very against that principle. Alright, who wins? Falcons? Or what's our next match? It's Poker Face, that's right.
Falcons, Poker Face, yeah.
팬분께서 그냥 오늘의 MVP도 이재원 리비다라고 적어주셨는데 좀 그만큼 팬분들의
I'll increase the submission period. I'll do 15 minutes.
이런 좀 믿음에 대해서 어떻게 생각하시는지
Maybe we need a 15-minute submission window. My friend does my hair, but she's a trained hairdresser. Yeah, see, I think if you're like an actual hairdresser, that's fine. But I don't want like just anyone cutting my hair. But also because at this point, with how long my hair is comparatively, I don't really do shavers anymore. I just do scissor cutting. So.
There's a girl at university that I let cut my hair once because I liked her. And I was trying to get in. But then I didn't have, so I let her cut my hair, which was a total fuking mistake.
That's a very interesting way to go about it. But yeah.
I didn't have the heart to tell her that I didn't like the haircut because I was trying to, you know, it was like a weird situation.
You were like, oh, it looks so good.
It's like, yo, I love it. It's good. She's like a trainee, like hairdresser. I'm like, oh, it's so good. Yeah, definitely.
Great haircut. And the worst part too is that since she like fucked you up, you look like you're also gonna look less attractive. So she literally fucked your shit up, and you're trying to like get her romantically interested, and now you just look like hot ass.
It's a bit of a conundrum, I have to say.
Oh, that's really funny. That's actually really that's the aura gain transfer. That's an aura gain. She gained aura, you lost aura. You literally did a hair aura transfer.
It's genuinely one of those moments like, shit, what do I do? Like, I can't be too honest here. Like,
that was me with like a lot of my early girlfriends in like high school, because one of my first girlfriend was a Persian girl that was like, and her parents were like really strict, so I had to do so many like humiliation rituals to gain the trust of the family, essentially. So I'd lost a lot of aura like in my senior year of high school. It would like be me hanging out with like
rituals.
Dude, it was like stuff like meeting the family and like, you know, having to look like I essentially like they let a rabid dog into the house, like the white guy, and then like they'd be doing like a, you know, the Persian friend group hangout with her and her friends, and like because they were also Baha'i, which I don't know if you know, I don't even know what Baha'i is, but it's like a religion. It's a newish religion, sort of, not obviously not that new in the grand scheme of things, but like newish. And
okay. I only fuck with the old religion.
But they had like a big community, so like they, you know, there was a bunch of like her friends would come over and stuff, and like there'd be me, it'd be like the girls and Connor, and they would all be watching my ass to make sure I didn't get out of line. It just felt, I was just like, damn, you know, it's
wow.
Tell me more about these humiliation rituals. I'd also have to be very. What's up?
He discovered he was a sub. He discovered he was a sub. No.
And then I'd also have to be like super like. We were like 18 at the time, so like not young, obviously in the cosmic sense, but like it had to be like extremely like, okay, you will take her at this time and bring her back at this time. And I was like, you know, like I'm not inherently against that per se, but I did feel like as an 18-year-old, my aura was getting farmed. Comparatively, again, the hard farming on the aura. Just know Baha'i person back in school? Yeah, it's a pretty interesting religion, honestly, because it was like made in like, it was like founded in like 1850. It's like essentially Middle Eastern Mormonism, but like actually way better. I think.
If your religion isn't at least 2,000 years old, I don't buy it.
Because it's a lot less like crazy, I think. It's a lot more like moderate comparatively. Sorry to the Mormons in chat.
If your religion doesn't have an Old Testament, I'm not about it.
But I think that's the most aura loss. Well, actually, no, because then I probably have worse aura loss than you in that regard. Because also the second girlfriend I had, she was Indian, but her family was like more conservative. And so one time we were like hanging out. I was like, we were in college at this time though. So I was like 20 and we went to a coffee shop and her dad came and got her and was like, she's gotta go. And like the patrons of the coffee shop were not happy with this. They were like, no, they were so pissed that like the dad was making her leave. And I was like, oh no, the aura, my aura. Like I was like, okay, white boy's getting a little help though. I was like, the white boy's getting help. Like let's freaking go. But like also the aura loss. Ooh, it was like a kind of a, it was kind of like a combo.
What happened? The dad pulled her out of the date?
Essentially, yeah. That's essentially what happened.
Crazy.
And we were like 20. Why you expose yourself? Because it's funny. I mean, what do I care? I'm a grown man. What do I care? Like, oh no, I had sex with women. Oh, he had so much aura. Oh,
before
shit.
Marriage? What?
Like, you know, it's just I think it's just funny. It's a funny story.
Yeah, I agree. That's disgusting. How fucking dare you?
Gasp. Sex with men based.
Wait, you had sex with a woman? Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yikes.
Not
Yikes.
a sex with a man. Kind of gay, honestly. Everyone knows the straightest sex imaginable is to have sex with another man. We all know this.
Think about it. Other men have sex with women, therefore it's gay.
Oh,
You wouldn't do something other men do.
Oh shit, that's so true.
You wouldn't want to do that.
That's so true. Wait a minute, he's got me there. That is definitely an exclamation mark unsub. When I breathe the air that another man has had in his mouth.
I couldn't think of anything more gay than that.
There's no recovering from that one. Hi, Avast. Just got here and first heard you mentioning sex with other men. I'm glad that the co-streams are just like they were years ago. To be honest, till the day I die, I don't think I'll stop talking about having sex with other men. I think I'll be like 90 years old. Maybe I have grandkids, maybe I don't. And like, either way, I'll be saying some shit about that. I'll be saying some shit like that too. Me too, man. So true. So true. But I think those are my worst aura loss stories. My current girlfriend, actually, I had to meet her parents virtually for the first time before they let me, like, take her out of the country, essentially. So,
was it during COVID?
Sort of. It was at the tail end of it, yeah. So that was kind of an aura loss, and I was like, how old was I? I was 26 years old when that occurred too. So I did that when I was 26.
Way more aura loss if it wasn't in COVID.
It was at the tail end. It was at the tail end.
Giga aura loss situation ever.
No, it was the tail end. The tail end of it, but like
a video conference interview over Zoom with the parents.
Was it Teams or Zoom? Oh my God, what was it? It might have actually been Skype before Skype. It was Skype, but then Skype shut down, so there's no Skype anymore. But that was the last thing I ever did on Skype.
It's well known that after that conversation, Skype shut down.
Yeah, that was it. That was the moment. Skype was like, "Sir, this white boy suffered insane aura loss. The servers can't handle it. We gotta shut it down. We can't handle this."
You have to convince her parents that it'd be okay to take her out of Canada or some shit.
Essentially, they were like, well, it's because we have, like, I am 4 years older, around 4 years older, actually closer to 5. So I'm 26, she was 22. And then now I'm 30 and she's 26, obviously. And her parents are like, huh, this old weird guy. We've never met him before. We're gonna have to interview this dude. We're gonna have to interview this guy.
What is it? What are your intentions with my daughter?
So it was yeah, it was yeah, essentially.
What do you intend to do?
Essentially. It was essentially to a degree like that. They all, you know. So I've had a lot of aura loss.
What are these e-gaming sports about? What is that?
E-gaming sports.
What is that thing?
Well, you know, the really hard one was like, so what's your job security like? I'm like, well, let me tell you about that one. Have you heard of freelancing?
Your answer should have been, you know what? We live in a modern world where everyone can get a job, both men and women. So actually, what do you ask her?
Yeah, exactly. I would say actually ask her what her job prospects are like. See, I'm a new age man, okay? I'm here to do housework and emotionally support you and not work, okay? And to be less educated than you. So ladies, it's time to step up. It's time for men to be less educated than you and to be the wife.
I'm gonna be a man wife.
It's time.
I'm here to look good and do the dishes. So what are your job prospects, actually?
I asked them, what's the dowry gonna be? What's the dowry gonna be for me?
That's what you asked the father. It's like, actually, before we get to my job prospects, what's the dowry gonna be from your side, clearly?
I need to know so I can have the lifestyle I'm used to. There's something about this keyboard commercial that's kind of like, it just puts me in a good mood.
Very upbeat. It's a very upbeat music.
Puts me in a good mood when I watch it.
I feel like what this commercial needs is some people maybe at a beach club and they're like dancing around, playing some volleyball.
Yeah.
And then somebody very audibly and visibly opens up a can of Coke, and there's like sound, you know, very audibly.
But that wouldn't. How does that help with the? How does it help with this?
Sprayed down. It doesn't, but it's got a good vibe to it, you know.
I thought you were gonna be like they're on the beach partying, and then one guy's like, "Yo, like, let's play Repo," and then they pull out the keyboard, and they have all this like, and then like the sand gets in the keyboard, and like, "Oh no, my keyboard's ruined." And then he's like, no, it's okay because the cherry keyboard here is, we just empty it on out. And then they pour out all the sand and they play some Repo, you know? They play some Friend Swap.
Repo.
Industrial bearings into the height adjustment mechanism, allowing easier and smoother adjustment to the exact desired height.
I love to be a chill male wife, but I'm not confident how I'd look in the apron with nothing under it. You gotta like be your best self, okay? You gotta believe in yourself. If you've gotten that far, then that's all it takes.
You know what I would do for maximum aura? I wear the apron the wrong side around. I wear it behind me.
Oh shit!
Just let the entire
so it would be your
out.
front. you'd be wearing the chapless asses essentially instead of the assless chaps. You'd be having the ass covered, but the dong out. That's
From
respectable.
the back, I look like a hospital patient. From the front, just naked.
That's respectable. That's true. Also, as a male wife, you should also be hitting the gym because that's part of your responsibilities, you know?
Unless
you'd
she
have to be
likes,
in the gym. Oh, that's true. That's true.
A TW1NK.
That's true. A TW1NK, or if she likes she could also like him curvy, you know? She could like you a bit curvier, you know? A bit slim thick. A slim thick male wife. Very possible. All bodies are beautiful. It's very possible that she could want you that way. You never know. Did you see the Jace cosplay on the Arcane sub? No, because you will never catch me on the Arcane sub, and you will catch me on very many subreddits in general. Because I'm not really a redditor.
Sub? Why don't they just use League of Legends?
Because the League of Legends subreddit is like a mixture of esports and then people bitching about balance changes. So there's not really a lot of room for arcane discussion. Do you think someone improper can win their first map today? Yeah, I think they can. I think it's very possible.
We're actually gonna go to map 5, and every time someone gets subbed in, they lose. Every time Hanbin gets subbed in, they win.
Who is this jolly child with them? Missing?
Jolly child.
Who's this jolly child with poker face?
Oh, bro's not allowed to smile now?
He's jolly. Quite jovial. Sometimes I see the Korean spot. I see like, I guess to be fair, this is the Falcon sponsors, and I'm like, what the fuck? I do not know these. I do not know some of these brands. I think. I don't think these are brands that I'm familiar with.
You don't know JJ Barnes? You don't know that?
JJ Barnes? Yeah, I don't think I do.
I remember going to Saudi Arabia. I was like, hey, where's the local JJ Barnes, guys? Where's that? I want to visit JJ Barnes.
Dude, I will feel like for Saudi Arabia, I feel like also probably same for Middle Eastern countries and stuff. I bet they have like killer, like very, very killer fucking hibiscus drinks. Like any sort of hibiscus beverage.
What's a hibiscus drink?
You know hibiscus, like the tea? It's like a red flowery tea. You know, it's very tart. Hibiscus.
I've never had that.
Never had hibiscus? Really?
No.
Dude, it's so good. And like Middle Eastern drink style, like the way they make like hibiscus beverages are so good. They'll add like lime juice and shit. Like
Does it
there's
taste
like
flowery? What is
it tastes like tart, like sour almost, like kind of like a soury type of vibe. But it's like a tartness, like a good tartness. And then you add a little bit of sugar to balance it out, stuff like that. There's this one like Egyptian brunch spot in Toronto called Maha's and bangs with it.
I had a traditional coffee and it just tasted like coffee. I was like, yeah, it's good. It's coffee. I drink instant, so anything's better than that.
What do you mean by traditional coffee? What is it like a traditional Saudi Arabian coffee?
They said, yeah, they said it's like, yeah, this is like a traditional Saudi, Arabic or Saudi Arabian coffee. And I was like, all right. I tried it out, and I'm not, you know, like. I'm not enough of a wine sommelier. Like, you know, some guys like they rinse it around the mouth. Like really.
Yeah.
French soil. I'm getting a real volcanic.
The terroir. You have to say the terroir. Okay, that's the terroir of the wine.
It just tastes like wine to me. It just tastes like wine to me. You know, one of those things for coffee. I don't have that kind of tongue for coffee. I don't have that taste for coffee. When someone's like, this tastes like it came out of a goat's asshole. I can really taste the shit in this one. Like I don't. I just taste coffee, so I don't really
Wow, the goat's asshole coffee, huh? I mean, I guess that is a real thing, to be fair. You know, there's like the type of coffee bean where like a monkey eats it, then poops it out, and they take the beans.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, that's. I think I for some reason I remembered it as a goat, but it might be a monkey. You might be right. I thought it was a goat. Maybe it's a monkey.
That is not a real thing. It is. It's literally a real thing. There's like a type of coffee where there's like they have an animal eat the bean, poop it out, and then like because the bean doesn't get digested, and they roast that shit, man.
I never understood the purpose. Like, does the animal shit enhance the flavor? Like, what is?
I would assume so. I would assume so. Kopi Luwak. Oh, wait, here it is. There's the Wikipedia article. Yep, Kopi Luwak. It's known as civet coffee. It's a coffee that is partially digested coffee cherries, which have been eaten and defecated by the Asian palm civet. The Asian palm civet, which looks like it's like a little. It looks like a little. It looks like a ferret almost, like a rat.
Look at this little animal. Look at this little guy. Just feeding. Imagine just feeding this little guy a bunch of coffee.
And like the cherry, like the coffee, like essentially the coffee and stuff gets like fermented a bit, I guess, because it's. And then they collect it and they roast it, man.
But why specifically this animal? What did they do?
Well, I imagine that animal was probably just in the vicinity of the Indonesians when they discovered this or whatever. So.
But it's just like, how do you land on this? Like, do you try it with a bunch of different animals? Like, I've tasted.
Well, I imagine it was probably just these people were drinking coffee or like doing stuff.
Coffee tastes the best.
And it's probably just like a proximity thing, you know? Like they saw the animal eat it, then they pooped it out. The real question is why did they choose to then eat the pooped out coffee? Because I feel like they probably was just nearby. But like, I guess the question becomes why did they choose it?
What I'm getting out of this is they have not experimented on enough animals. What they've done is, you said proximity. They chose the first animal they could find.
Maybe 3 months. I think it's a new. Is that a new sub batch for you? That is. You're gonna partially crack that.
Out coffee, and they said that's it. That's all it is. I'm like, you guys haven't even experimented. You haven't gone the breadth.
Well, but like
width
they don't have
of
access
the
to every
kingdom.
animal, like every animal, you know? Like these are people, like they were just like people doing their
You
thing.
can now. It's 2025. You can take this bean.
Yeah,
to
but
any
it's
animal
traditional
world.
now. But it's traditional now, so it's baked into tradition,
Okay.
so you won't change it.
It's gonna be my goal. I'm gonna start a new company where I'm gonna go through thousands of different animal species, make them all eat coffee, shit it out.
Shameless
and brew it, and
ad-free
I'm gonna
viewer.
find
You
out
know
which
what?
one, which
Who
animal makes the
doesn't?
best?
Who loves ad?
fecal
No one.
coffee. I just want to find out.
입장에서는 되게 폭넓게 생각을 하고 있지 않을까 싶고요.
맞습니다.
네.
자, 어제 서먼 선수
Sell it on the
Admiral's
stores.
is demanding a pelican to poop out his coffee beans.
보여줄지 궁금해집니다.
네.
Yeah.
He's gonna find something more
Wild
esoteric than
African
that.
buffalo coffee.
잘해왔었다라는 생각이
It's like,
들고요.
ooh.
그리고 이게 뭐
Does it
비슷한
I
have
feel
some
like
hint
I
of
feel like imagine if you
African
got
buffalo? It's like, yes,
you
but
you
only
would
through the
want
fecal matter.
you'd want like an animal with a really interesting digestive system, you know? Because I feel like you want like extra fermentation to make it funkier. That's what you want. What up, Coach Blinny? You know, we're just chilling, talking about pooping out coffee. Like cows? Yeah, maybe like cows. I don't know. Like something that has like a really like wild as fuck digestive system. That when you feed them the coffee, it gives it like a multiple stages.
I mean, real. The more exotic the animal is, the better it sells. I'm gonna go to Texas and or Florida. I'm gonna go find some tigers in captivity, of which there are a lot of in those states.
But what? But the thing is, wouldn't it be
Coffee beans,
more
make it shit it out.
exclusive? Wouldn't it be more exclusive if you found a wild tiger to do it? You get a
No, I'll
wild
do
like
both.
Bengal tiger.
I'll sell the wild one as a premium. I'll do domesticated tiger and wild tiger coffee. The wild tiger coffee, I'll mark up by 30%. That's what I'll do. See that? That's called business right there.
It's so fucking hard to eat my lunch now. Well, this is the price of fine dining, okay? A lot
Say
of
that,
a
and
lot
yet
of cuisine revolves
people
around
drink
poop.
Kopi Luwak all the
They do.
time. Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
Maybe
I
even
would
with
I
lunch.
would try it. I'd try it. I'd try it. Because afterwards it just is like kind of like beans, you know? Like it's just beans.
I mean, the Asian palm civet does look kind of cute. Not gonna lie to you.
I'd give it a try. I'm willing to give many things a try. At least once. I will say one thing that I have given a try multiple times on and it still has not hit for me is bugs. I can't get into eating bugs. Still can't do it. I've tried. It's not a taste thing. It's just the texture.
Oh my god. Sorry, not about the bugs. I have just been
What's up?
linked Black Ivory coffee, the world's
Uh-huh.
rarest coffee naturally refined by elephants. This is
Oh,
elephant poo
they
coffee?
eat it?
Is this what it is?
Probably. I bet it's elephant poo coffee.
Damn it!
It's very
Somebody
good.
stole my business idea. What the
Well,
fuck?
I feel like the concept of feeding an animal something and having them digest it is probably like millennial old. It's like a millennial old concept.
Dude, they sell a kilogram of this for 4,700 Australian dollars, which is like maybe 3,000 US.
That's pretty.
for a
That's light work.
kilogram
That's light
of
work for a
Black
guy like
Ivory
you.
coffee.
That's light work for a guy like you.
What, to go through a kilogram of coffee or to buy it?
I mean both. That's a light work. That's light work for you.
I'm a guy that drinks zero sugar, no caffeine Coke. Okay.
Okay, I
don't
drink
do
zero
much
sugar
caffeine.
Coke, and I still drink coffee. I only
I don't
drink
do much
decaf
caffeine,
though.
guys.